Well, good morning, folks. We are done with the 2018 late season cow elk hunt. We were successful. A couple cows. We had 2 cow tags. So story on that is we actually did the old whitetail blind set overlooking a giant meadow that was about 700 yards long with some various fingers of that stuff you see up there. There's travel routes. This is kind of a travel route, this ridge here going west. So after hunting, a couple years, you can kind of figure out a property. They do have certain travel routes, and actually these elk here, these things go down that valley right there and they cross the Snake River, bordering Wyoming, Utah there. Wyoming, I should say. And the word is the ones that do not get across the Snake River do not live the winter because of snow. So that's their main corridor. This is where we're set up. So it all comes from just experience hunting a property, because you can eliminate a lot of stuff. Actually, last night we could have shot our elk. They walked right up that ridge right there at dark. So, but Trevor and Tom, we had a herd come by after we sat in the blinds for 11 hours. We did have to have heaters because it's been as low as 5 below. So we were pretty uncomfortable by the time the sun went down, but a bunch came by and we ranged them at 281 to 328, and both these guys knocked them down first shot. So that was pretty cool. And we ended up skinning and quartering elk because it's so cold that these elk would have froze the quarters. The hides you wouldn't even got skinned the next morning. So that was a nighttime job. That was probably about 8 above by the lights of the ATV. We only can use the ATV here to get the animals out. So you're looking at snow here, as you can see. We're 12 to 14 inches deep. So luckily I had a downhill old logging road, and I was able to pull those cows with the Polaris 4-wheeler with chains on the back downhill. I couldn't have pulled them uphill. So I got them pulled to a point where we could get a vehicle in with a meat rack on the back. We had to do a little digging and scratching to get that truck in there, but so then we could back the truck right to the animals, and as we quartered them, put them on the meat hauler in the back and get them back to camp here. So right now, what you're looking at, if you can see them, I'll even zoom up if you can see them, but there's about 100 elk laying up on that hillside. That is private ranch property, and the thing about northwest Colorado, a lot of private ranch property, and these elk know that, but I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's heads all over there, and they basically lay on those private ranches till the snow and the cold weather decide to push them, and they pick up their travel route and go. But right now, just like whitetails, they're on the south side in the cold weather soaking up that sun. And the nice thing is these animals will feed till 9 or 10 in the morning. It's a bad and a good thing, because you cannot get anywhere in the dark for fear of jumping elk, because these things feed so long that they never really go to bed. Where they bed is right where they fed, and they can see for miles. So a lot of long range shooting, and 300 is probably about the closest you're going to get them, maybe 250, because this is just such a big open country. So it's kind of a patience game. We don't do any 400 or 500 yard shots, because all you do is wound them. You ruin your hunt chasing them. They go on to private property. You got to hope the landowner will let you on there if you talk to the warden. And so a lot of times you can just lose an elk. So we could have easily shot elk at 500 yards, and just not into that game. You see a lot of that stuff on TV, but it's not my game. It's good for some people. Long range practice is fun, but when you're dealing with private property boundaries, if an elk does go, you're most likely going to lose him if he goes for a mile. If he's close to the ranch line. So we're just picking up here. That's kind of a little overview of the hunt. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos up on YouTube. And I will tag them off of Facebook. So been a good hunt. A lot of cold weather, a lot of snow. It snowed every day, and it's deep. You know, it's to the point where almost need to have tracks on the four-wheeler, but she did pretty well with just chains on the back, but next year will be chains on the front. So hope you enjoyed our videos. We're gonna hopefully get some good roads heading home. Got one big bad pass to go over, which was a nightmare coming down with a trailer pushing us. Ain't bad if you got a lone truck, but when you got weight pushing you, we crept down 7 miles of straight down mountain road, mountain highway, and low gear at 7 miles an hour just to be safe. So we're hoping to catch some good roads on the way home. So you guys have a good week, and thanks for following us here on Ultimate Outdoors Radio. And you know, you ever need some help or looking for an elk hunting seminar, give me a holler. We can sure do that. I got some great tips for 40 years of chasing elk, do it yourself, horses, mules, trucks. And we shot an awful lot of elk within a couple miles of our camp, but that all comes from planning. So guys, have a good day. We'll catch up with you, and we'll see you next year on I guess I can call this Elk 102. See ya.